Hello dudes and dudettes, my name is Bandersnatch and today I'm going to show you how I finger drum using one hand. I think one-handed finger drumming is most useful if you want to multitask. For instance, I could play the drums while also tweaking this high pass filter here. Now, I haven't seen a lot of people on YouTube doing one-handed finger drumming, but I think that with a little practice everybody can do it. So let me show you how I do it, and in the end you could use my approach to discover what works best for you. Now, the first thing that I've discovered in my case is that it's best to use the fingers that I have most control over. Having played lots of guitar in the past, for me these are the index, middle, and ring fingers on the right hand. I have seen some people use their thumbs as well, and you can totally do that. But I personally don't use it because I don't think I have nearly as much control over it as I have over my index finger. A second thing to keep in mind is the way the sounds are arranged on the pads. I've got bass drums on the rightmost column, snares right next to them, then hi-hats closed, and then all sorts of twinkles. Sometimes the twinkles are open hi-hats. At other times they're just weird noises meant to add texture to my beats. Either way, I'm going to use these three columns most of all. I play the kick drum with the index finger and the snare with the middle finger, like this. Although I very rarely use beats without hi-hats, this way of playing is very easy to get used to. I play hi-hats with my ring finger and combine it with my middle and index fingers to create a basic beat. The first thing I ever practiced with all three fingers playing together is this beat. Starting out by playing very slow. And then moving out to a faster and then faster tempo. One of my favorite things to do is remove the fourth note hats and leave the eighth note hats as a counter to the kick and the snare. And this becomes way more fun whenever I do halftime beats. I try to keep my beats as simple as possible. As a personal preference, the more basic the beat, the easier it is for me to feel the groove. But then, thanks to a little practice, I can also do all sorts of different types of beats, from something that's like a bit drum and bassy, to playing beats that have multiple layered snares together. I don't always use one hand exclusively to finger drum. Sometimes I add in the left hand as well to add a bit of excitement to more complex beats. For me, the best thing about one-handed finger drumming is that it allows me to work really fast. Whenever I'm performing live, I can just quickly record and loop a basic beat and then move on to other aspects of the track. One of the best compliments that I've ever received about this is being told that it looks effortless. So if you want to try this approach to finger drumming, here are a couple of quick exercises that I use myself as well. This one is basically just playing the hat in time with the kick and snare. Start slow, then move on to play quicker and quicker. Next, try to add in the eighth note hats as well. As with the previous one, start slow, and then move on to play faster and faster. After getting used to those first two, try removing the fourth note hats and only playing the eighth note ones. Start slow, then play faster. After that, you can try to add more kicks and snares into the mix to make the beat a bit more complex. Let's try one single extra kick. Add it somewhere else. Now try playing this beat with the fourth note hats removed. Try adding a kick somewhere on a 16th note instead of an 8th note. Then maybe try adding extra snares. Although I did give pretty complex examples for someone that's an absolute beginner. The basic idea is that once you get the first 3 exercises down really well, it will be way easier to make more complex beats. Anyway, the most important thing to keep in mind when doing this is that it's meant to be fun. And these are not rigid rules that you're supposed to religiously stick to. They're just meant to show you how I like to play my beats. That being said, I also give online Controllerism and Ableton Live lessons to those interested, so feel free to contact me on my website if you want to ask about those. And if you found the sounds used in this video interesting, they are part of the Bandersnatch light template for Ableton Live. Check them out. You can download the template at bandersnatch.com, and if you're a backer on my Patreon at patreon.com/bandersnatch, then you'll be able to download a special version of the light template that contains the individual tracks to my song Waking Up used in the live dubstep Controllerism video. Thank you for watching, and have an awesome day.